What it do-ski?
We are back again, and babe, let the people know what we are talking about.
Alright, we came across a random thought and looked at some articles, so we wonder, do Jehovah's Witnesses believe in manifestation?
Good question, because all I can remember too from being a Jehovah's Witness is them using the word meditate a lot and meditate on the scripture and you know, whatever. And that got me into a conversation the other day at work. And I was looking up, like, what do they mean by, like, meditate? Because they don't believe in meditation in, like, the type that we do. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
We can dive into it.
All right. Okay, so I think the first thing we need to do, just so that everybody's on the same page, is to bring up what does manifestation mean? Like, what is the actual definition of manifestation? Because I feel like a lot of times whenever other people hear the term manifestation or I'm manifesting this or whatever, all people look at it as is like, oh, that's just juju, you know? Because they see it as, oh, you think you're going to just be able to bring something about only with thought and no action. But nobody ever said that. Like, people who believe in manifestation don't even say that. They know that action has to follow. Exactly. But manifestation a lot of times is just being able to, like, rewire your brain to intentionally think about something, about your goal, whatever it is that you want to come about. And then the action follows, but you're intentionally thinking about something. Yeah,
that's true. And I think a lot of people don't even do the research on things. It's more of a word on the street hearsay, like, I think this believes that because I heard this is what people do, but nobody looked into it themselves. Sure. Otherwise, chances are they might actually try it if they gave an in-depth look to it.
Exactly.
Yep. So I think we could pull up the definition right quick. Mm-hmm. And here it says, in simple terms, manifestation is bringing your thoughts, desires, and goals into reality through focused belief, positive emotions, and intentional actions, and involves creating a powerful mindset and acting in ways that align with what you want. Focus on acting in ways that align with what you want, based on the idea that your inner world influences your outer circumstances.
And that's the absolute truth. Like, it is literally that simple. Because even whenever you're thinking about, we use this example all the time, but if you see a car that you like and you're like, oh, I really like that car, all of a sudden you start seeing it everywhere. Yep. You could have been seeing it before, but because your energy was not there and you were not thinking about it, then it didn't even matter in your outside world. Right. And the same thing goes for anything else. Like, if you're working towards a specific goal, you're going to find other things that help you accomplish that goal because it's on your mind, you're intentionally thinking about it, and your vibration is moving in that way. It's wherever you're putting your energy and your focus on inside of your head.
And that's what you tend to focus on. Like you said, you notice opportunities now that before... Opportunities could be right here, but you ain't thinking nothing about that.
Exactly.
This could be the next clue you need, but your mind is not there. So what we want to kind of tie in is, does Watchtower teach anything about manifestation at all?
Oh, yeah, let's talk about it.
All right, so all I did was go to jw.org, and what do we type in? Manifestation.
Yes.
And we just looked at the articles that popped up, and without even having to go into detail and reading each article, I noticed something kind of like a pattern with each time manifestation was highlighted. So you can go look for yourself and type in manifestation on jw.org. We'll show you just one page. And if you just look at it, how they use the word manifestation. You can look at the top one, a disclosure or discernible evidence, a display of authority or power. And it says translated manifestation in that one, but it's not going into detail about manifestation. Like, okay, let's look at some other ones. You have the one from 1967. Goodness is to be manifested. Goodness is to be manifested. The true God himself will bring every sort of work into judgment in relation to every hidden thing. And it's like, okay, but what is manifestation exactly? It's in our Jehovah's using it. Fruitfulness, a manifestation of Holy Spirit. Okay, we're using it for Jehovah's goodness, for Holy Spirit. Okay, what about another one? Manifesting enthusiasm and warmth. Okay, manifesting the spirit of Cain. So all of this is showing a pattern of using manifestation for the organization or for the teachers of Watchtower. But looking at what we learned about manifestation, it's like, how can I use this with anything in life in general? And you'll notice a pattern with Watchtower. It's only using this kind of like for the meditation thing you mentioned. Meditate on the scriptures. Meditate on the lessons learned. But it's never, how can I use this for my own personal gain just through life? Or someone who's not a Jehovah's Witness, how can they use these words?
Because basically all manifest is to bring something about.
Yeah.
So they're saying, you know, goodness is to be manifested. So they're teaching you through the organization, you know, you have to get this spirit by manifesting it, by focusing it, by intentionally bringing it into your life. So they are teaching you how to manifest or how to bring something about, and it's through intentionality, through the study of however it is that you want to be. But it's funny because if somebody were to leave this religion, what is taught and what ends up manifesting inside of you, because it's taught week after week, meeting after meeting, convention after convention, assembly after assembly, that your life is going to be terrible if you leave this organization.
Bingo.
That you are going to die, that all bad things are going to start happening to you, that Satan is coming and they're trying to, you know, split you away from God. So subconsciously, they're planting these seeds that if a person leaves or gets disfellowshipped from this organization, now all of these bad things are going to happen. So the same thing happens. You're manifesting a bad outcome because that's what's in your head.
Right. And I like how you brought that out. They are subconsciously teaching you manifestation, and it's not in the way that benefits them. Because if they, for example, saying manifest goodness, and it's only for the truth. If they say you can create the life you want, done.
Yeah, they can't tell you
They
that.
can't tell you that. You can't, because then it's like, wait a minute. So I don't have to belong to this religion. I can belong to another one and be just as happy and manifest that type of life. Or I can not be a part of any religion.
Yeah.
And like you said, when you get this fellowship, you are constantly looking, man, I'm losing my job. So now you start to attract things that cause you to lose this job.
Yeah.
You're waking up late. You're not getting enough rest. You're not focusing at work because you're thinking about being you're anxious. You're thinking about being disfellowship, and you messing up whatever your job is. You are creating this own reality because subconsciously you have been taught a disaster is coming. I don't know where, but at any moment now things are going to go bad for me.
Yeah, and not only that, but they also aid in creating that reality for you.
True.
And the way that they do that is by ripping away your support system, your friendships, like all of these things that humans need as like just a core value and a core need for all of us is like the interconnection, the sense of community, all of these things that they just take away.
Yep. You know something I thought of that you manifest and don't even realize it?
What's that?
Because with manifestation, you can turn something into a reality.
Yeah.
Even if it's not the reality for everybody else, it becomes your reality. Think of your first time watching an apostate video.
Yeah.
Now we know it ain't nothing but a video.
Yeah.
But as a Jehovah's Witness, you have been told this is the devil.
Yes.
If you watch it, demons are going to come into the
Yes.
room and they're going to grab you and they're going to do whatever crazy stuff we believe was going to happen just by clicking a video. So the first time you went to a video, think about how you felt.
It was a knot in your
right?
stomach.
You felt bad.
Oh gosh, you felt like God was watching you.
You felt heavy. It was a reality. It was like something is taking over me. Maybe I shouldn't watch this. Even people that may have came across something and didn't watch it because something came over them. It was your reality.
Yes.
But it wasn't real.
Yeah.
But it became real to you. But that's how they manifest these things. And once you look back on it, it's like, you know what? That wasn't even a real thing, but I created something and made it a real thing.
Yeah.
Even the point to where family members, they have manifested this stuff to where this is demonic. I need to get away from you because even though you are a genuine person trying to help me, my reality is evil and you trying to harm me, and this is what's going on, and you cannot convince me otherwise. This is the world I'm in.
And that's what I feel like is so corrupt about so many religions is the ideas that they plant in people's minds that create so much division and divisiveness. It's the fact that everything that doesn't align with whatever the religion's belief is gets painted as or labeled as evil. I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that because in my mind, I view religions as like I don't see any one of them as right or wrong. You know what I mean? To me, it's like there's some that, like Jehovah's Witnesses, for example, that just carry a lot of things I don't agree with, and that I think that destroy families and things. But again, that's just my opinion of it.
Right.
It doesn't mean that's everybody's experience within that religion. You know what I mean? So that's how I view that. But it's like all of these religions, add the fuel to the fire of like division.
That's all it is, because we're talking about believing in a higher source of something.
Yeah. That's what everybody's talking about.
That's all it is, a higher source of something, and we can't physically pull it out and say this is what it is.
Yeah.
So we just use our imagination and roll with that. But my imagination is better than yours and theirs, and the other thousands of different imaginations on what this thing is supposed to be. And it just divides us. And I can come up with a religion today of my perception of this imaginary deity, and I could find people to side with me, and now that's even more people that's divided from everybody else,
right? And
it's like a cookie cutter. You just keep cutting more and more pieces for what?
Yes, and it all goes back to like, okay, we found these principles throughout history here, and they all have something that's linked back thousands and thousands and thousands of years ago. But I seen something where it was like, all history is his story, which is so accurate, because think about the present moment. Like, you and I could be having a conversation, right? But our perceptions are completely different. Right. So I'm going to go and tell about this conversation in my perception, and you're going to go and tell about this conversation in your perception and how you perceived things to go. And those two things can be completely different.
And people will stick to my belief, and people will stick to yours and pass it on and be like, this person said this,
right?
And this is what it was, and other people, well, I don't agree with that. I don't like this, and then it just spreads.
Exactly.
Yeah. I wanted to add a misconception when it comes to manifestation, because people go, well, you just saying all you got to do is say something and it's gonna happen. Well, I'm gonna be a millionaire.
Right.
I ain't rich. And what you don't understand subconsciously, when you are being sarcastic or you are saying, I'm going to do something, but in the back of your mind, you're like, it ain't going to work.
Yeah.
That's your manifestation right there.
Because that's what you truly believe. And that's what your body is going to lean towards. That's how you truly feel.
Yep. You were telling yourself something is not going to work. Well, that's your results. And what I like to do is backtrack throughout life. Because when I woke up from this religion, the first thing I came across was The Secret. And it was on Netflix at the time. Ooh. And that was the first time I ever heard of manifestation. And at that point, it's like, I don't really know what to go with religion and stuff. I don't know what to believe. And this was just saying, your thoughts and your speech create your reality. That's what you attract. Yeah. Try the positive route and see what happens. And I'm like, this literally cost me nothing to think positive.
Yeah. What can it hurt?
Yeah, or speak positive. And I think back to the times where I said something wasn't going to work and it didn't work. Yeah. And all right, this ain't going to go this way. And it's like, dang, well, when I thought negative, I got negative. Why not try this? I mean, what I got to lose? And I started to notice patterns. And you see people around you would say things like, I remember it was a supervisor one time, man, I'll never have a Rolls Royce. And I'm looking like, you get up every day and do the same thing and don't set any goals in life. That's simply why you'll never have a Rolls Royce, because you don't have the ambition. And then you look at somebody with a Rolls Royce, they had the mindset of, I'm going to do something that sounds crazy to everybody, and I'm going to achieve and try things. And you notice you attract things, so why not try it? Even with us having a YouTube channel, this was the ideas of, we're going to figure out a niche for YouTube. And we literally attracted it. We told the story before. Yeah. Came across a video of a girl saying, why I left Jehovah's Witnesses. And us going, we already making videos just about random stuff, might get 20 views, 50 views. One time we might have got like 100 views. And we're like, let's tell that story. I remember
the first time we broke 1,000 and we were like, oh snap.
Yup. And this was simply us going, you know what? Let's do a video about when we was Jehovah's Witnesses. Here's the YouTube channel. Yeah. This is the result of manifestation of us going, we're going to figure out. Versus somebody, man, ain't nobody going to watch my stuff. Yeah. Man, ain't nobody, man. They lucky. They got people to watch it, but not for me. That's the difference between what you put in your mind and what you speak and what you attract.
And that's another thing, is that people always saying that comparison is the thief of joy, and it truly is, because there is no reason for you to compare yourself to a different for example, different YouTube channel or anything like that, because this is your own path. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter how big or small it is, it's yours.
That's true. I think back to even prayer works kind of like manifestation in a way.
It does.
And people will, for example, Jehovah's Witnesses who got fired for not quitting or not skipping the convention for Friday or Saturday and not calling off or telling their boss, I can't come in, and telling them, you know what, hey, I'm going to find another job, so I don't care. I'm going to tell my boss because I'm going to get blessed with another job.
Period.
It's whatever.
Yeah.
And they don't show up to work, they get fired. And they get another job. See, I was praying. Your mindset was so set on it don't matter about me telling this job I ain't coming. It's going to work. This is a sign of manifestation. But it's better to teach you something else to help us benefit from it than to teach you have the power to create your own reality.
Even the simple thought of trusting fully in God, right? Like that is another form of manifestation, because you don't know necessarily how something is going to work, but you know it's going to work because you are so faithful and you have so much you just know that it's going to happen because God's got your back.
Exactly.
So it happens.
That's it. And you try to explain that to people as somebody who's not religious, and they can't fathom. No, you got to pray. You got to go to the church, or you have to go to this religious place in order to get blessings. And people that are not religious is like, I use the same method. I just don't call on somebody else to do it. I just call on self to attract my own reality.
Or universe, or higher power, or whatever it is that you want to call it.
Yep. It's the same thing, just depending on what title you call it. Yep.
I think that's why even things like daily affirmations, like the daily affirmation books, it like sets your day to be a certain kind of way. Just from that one simple positive thought. I remember my mom used to literally send me affirmations every single time that I had a big test in nursing school. And I used to think, I was just like, oh, whatever. But she would send me like 3 or 4 of them. And it was just something to be sitting in my mind to say, like, I got this. I don't have to be worried about it. Like, I got it.
That's all it takes. Even like the 369 manifestation, it's a chart. It's a whole nother story, but it's 3 times in the morning, write something, the affirmation, 6 times in the afternoon, 9 times before bed. And I've been doing this for years about whatever it is that's coming up and being very specific about what it is you want. And you start to attract these things. Something else we left out. Y'all can see behind us vision boards.
Oh yeah, that's it. Like things like this are so powerful because, okay, the affirmation is boom, setting the intent. Then if you write it down, that's another way of being able to see it more clearly inside of your head. And then the vision board is another step where it's like, now this is, I get to visualize this in front of me. Like this is what it's gonna be, and it's so crazy because almost everything that we have put on our vision boards, and we do them like almost every year, the one from last time that we did, every single thing on there came true.
And it's simply because, think about when you're having a conversation and you be like, for example, I went to go turn the TV on with the phone remote, but just subconsciously a phone right here worked up here to where you were trying to say remote, but something else in your view picked up that quick. That's how powerful the mind is. So just waking up every day with a vision board and seeing something, subconsciously your brain is grabbing it every morning, and it's attracting things just like that to it. Opportunities. Say you want to buy, it's a truck you want to get. Next thing you know, you're seeing it everywhere. Then you driving past this truck lot all the time. Man, I drive past there all the time. Let me go over here. Man, we were just about to sell it, but the guy canceled, but we got another guy coming in tomorrow, and you ready today, the bank down the street. Then that's the way things align with manifestation.
We call it manifestation. Other people will say it's blessings from God. Regardless of what it is you want to call it, it's the same thing. You're putting out an intention. You're putting out something that you need or want in your life, and then it comes to be because the focus was there.
That's all it comes to. But we just wanted to touch on that because we were thinking like, man, we didn't really learn much about manifestation until we left. Let's go back and backtrack on this. So, what are y'all thoughts on manifestation? Is this something you use? Is it something new to you? Let us know in the comments. Hit us on our Instagram at Awaken Truths IG, our TikTok at Awaken Truths LLC.
And we have our healing journal. We have the normal edition as well as the Pimo edition. Catch us in our next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Peace.